This week, Squarespace is giving a 1-year subscription away free to build your own website. So in honor of Ryan Holiday, the obstacle is the way. Tweet me your obstacle, the one in your life that you overcame or you're about to. Use the hashtag obstacle. I'll pick the best one and you'll win. Now get typing. Peace. Is it important to have a very loose structure with a mentor?
Yeah, it's all about the loose structure. Like, look, on my biography on the back of the book, it says like Ryan apprenticed under Robert Greene. That's a word that you make up for what happened after it happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I met him at this lunch and he said like, and then he in some ceremony like inducted me into being his apprenticeship, like his apprentice, like we're like Masons or something, you know? It was, hey, I'm gonna give you a shot on this thing because I need some help with something because I don't want to transcribe all these really long interviews. Fine, whatever you're willing to pay me to do it, I will do it, and I'm going to deliver something that you're going to be happy with. And then then I'm going to ask you for feedback. And I'm going to ask how I can improve, and then I'm going to ask for another shot, and I'm going to get better that time. And I'm just going to slowly build momentum and trust with you. And that's what I did. There was no informal arrangement, or there was no formal arrangement. Sometimes we would go weeks or months without talking because he was busy, and I understood that my job was to contribute and not be a burden or a thing that he would have to feel obligated to, monitor or whatever. And when he didn't give me something to do, I would try to think like, is there something that I can do that he hasn't asked me to do, and how can I make that contribution? And how can I have me working for him be as painless for him as possible? And the second thing that I find when I hire a lot of young people that I think I was able to differentiate myself with is I wanted it really bad. And he knew that like I always wanted more. And he never had to chase me. Like he never had to call me twice or email me and say like, Ryan, I emailed you 3 days ago. Why haven't you gotten back to me? Because like, if he gave me a week deadline, it was done in 3 days, Or if he called me, I called him right back. If he asked me to read a book, I read it, and I didn't give him excuses for why I read. Like I find with so many young people, it's like I want them to be successful, or I want them to work well for me, like more than they want it for themselves.
Have you found the Ryan Holiday for you?
I've not. I found some good people, like some people that I'm developing that I like, but I've not found anyone that I'm like, this person is like indispensable to me, but I would love to find that person. And I'm almost regretting saying this because now I'm going to get a ton of emails about it. And what Tyler Cowen has this new book out, he's talking about average is over, and he's talking about how strange it is that what it says about our economy, that there's so many jobs now that companies wouldn't even have someone do for free because like even just training them or bringing them into the system is expensive, And so for me, it's like, I have to decide, it's like, look, do I want to do this myself? Or do I want to take like months out of, or like, do I want to undergo the whole training, bring someone up to speed process with someone who I might have to fire,
right?
Because they can't cut it.
That's partially your fault because you romanticize the vision of being an intern for one of the greatest writers in the world.
Yeah, of
so
course.
You probably get some of the worst candidates. You probably get the candidates that want to be the myth.
Totally. I get lots of really nice kids, lots of ones that I refer to other people, and then I also get all the crazy ones who are like, I'm just like you, man. Like I'm destined for greatness. And it's like, honestly, if I ever caught like the 18-year-old version of myself saying I was like destined for greatness or some ridiculous thing like that, I would like beat the shit out of them because like that sort of lack of humility and that like ego and just delusion is precisely what makes it really hard to work for. Like I've worked not just for Robert, but I've sort of mentored under a lot of successful people. The single worst trait you can have is be a crazy person because they do not have time for that. And it's like, look, like what I say, I've written this a couple times, it's like keep the crazy at home. Like be crazy to your parents, be crazy to your girlfriend, be crazy in private, but like if you're gonna be like that, you are going to blow everything up.
Right, because it's mentally taxing for your employer, right? They just
right.
don't need that. Not only are you not doing the work and you're not taking them investing their time. Now you're messing with their head, right?
Right. And now they can't trust you with their, like, Robert is letting me work, Robert or Dove or any of these, they're letting me work on their children. Like their work is what they live for. I'm not going to trust like my writing or my stuff to someone that's like, might be nuts.
Right. No, well said there. We take real pride in our websites and who we work with on the show, and those are the guys at Squarespace. They've been running our website londonreal.tv and our siliconreal.com for over a year now, and they are an all-in-one platform to make it fast and easy to build your own professional website or portfolio. These guys have the tech down. It's drag and drop. It is easy. I used to run a WordPress site, and I used to have to FTP audio files and all this nonsense. And now when you see these blogs that I write every week where I talk to you about my personal impressions of the guests, I literally just bust those out, drop the picture in, boom, and it's done.